Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by Comstock Kitchen to cook with us today. We're going to share with you a food memory of mine. I feel like cooking through food memory is a very powerful thing. I think we all have different memories. Some have childhood memories, some have adult memories. This one for me falls into the adult range. I remember once, and I was actually in Italy, and I had gnocchi for the first time. My mom, as an Italian-American mom, never made them. When I had them for the first time, it was a very simple preparation, but it kind of blew my mind, and it always stuck with me. And then as I learned how to make it, it then occurred to me how easy it was, but how much attention to detail it required. So here's a little window into my food memory. I'm just going to walk you through some of the stuff that I already did. So generally speaking, what I do is I'll take potatoes and roast them in salt right here. This is what it looks like. Once they're nice and cool, you cut them in half or let them cool again. You peel them, which is what I did. You'll basically peel them with I mean, you can do it by hand like I'm doing right now, or you can do it with a knife. And then we mash it. You can mash it through a potato ricer. You can mash it in a bowl. You can mash it through a strainer like I did here. And I use Yukon Gold potatoes. So you can use Yukon Gold. They are a little bit more starchy. You can use regular baking Idaho potatoes. You can experiment. You can use sweet potatoes, which is a really cool way to do it. Either way, today we've got Yukon Gold potatoes. So what I've done is roasted them, peeled them, mashed them, and then I have them here to cool just a little bit more and a flat layer on the table. I've got some egg yolks. I've got 3 egg yolks. This recipe calls for about 2 pounds of potatoes, or 4 medium to large potatoes. I have 3 yolks because they're small. If they were a little bit bigger, I might use only 2. And then I am going to use about a half a cup of flour. And then as we start to knead this dough, we're going to see if we need more flour. And what we don't want is a very wet dough. So I've got a 1/4 cup here. I'm going to just start adding this. Then we're going to start kneading it together. This is a half a cup of flour, just regular white flour. Now we're going to start mixing this together. And it's gonna seem a little bit weird at first. I want to mix the flour and the potato together to start a dough. You can see that coming together. This is a fun project to do with kids, by the way. It's like Play-Doh. And I've got a bench scraper here, which is going to help me to put it all together. And I'm going to start to drizzle some of my egg in. I'm going to actually pop that. Egg's going to give it color. It's going to give it the fat that it needs. I'm going to just reach in there. Right now it's pretty wet, so we're just going to go ahead and keep pushing this together. It's actually a really fun and simple thing to do. The sauce that we're preparing it with today is just a simple tomato sauce. So I've taken canned tomatoes, drained them, and then sort of broken them apart with my fingers so that it's like chunky and rustic. The thing about this dish that struck me the most was how simple and rustic it was. It wasn't fancy by any stretch. It wasn't it wasn't anything really super intricate, but it was so flavorful, and the textures when this is done right. So as you can see, this is still a little bit too wet. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a little more flour just to bring it together. I'm going to start kneading that back together. You see it's sticky. I'm going to scrape it up. It's starting to come together. As I continued to work this, I added some more flour to get it to the right consistency. It's a little too doughy, a little too sticky. Right now, we're pretty close. Then what we're going to do, just going to scrape that up. A little bit more flour on the board. So you see now it's coming together. It's not breaking apart. We've got a nice dough. Everybody see that? I've added some fresh cracked black pepper to this, a tiny bit of salt as well. We've got some nicely salted water boiling away on the stove. Tiny bit more and we'll be done. See how it's still sticking? I just want that to So a note on pasta water, it should be salty, right? We've all heard the analogy, it should be salty as seawater. Well, it should be salty as seawater, and you should put enough salt. Don't be afraid, and taste that water. Every time I tell people to taste the pasta water, they kind of look at me funny. But you want to taste it. You want to make sure it's salty enough. What I'm going to do here, start breaking these into sections, which I'm going to roll out. Now what I'm going to do is just roll this out a little bit until it gets to the thickness I'm looking for. And you can do this any way you want. You can make them super chunky, you can make them super small. I'm going to do them sort of right in the middle. I'm going to take that one, toss it. And then we can just start cutting our gnocchi. You can take a fork and make those famous gnocchi indents, prints, that holds onto sauce a little bit longer. But we're not going to do that today. This is it, right? This is beautiful, light and airy gnocchi. I'm going to do that again. So we're going to take these, put them over here. So you take this, and the inside is going to be a little bit wet. I'm just going to roll it out. Keep rolling until you get to that desired consistency. I think that's about it. I'll take that end piece. I'm going to do one more for you. So here we go. A little more flour, just because I don't know if you can see that, but the inside can be still just a tiny bit wet. What we're looking for is a nice, dry, workable dough. So I'm just going back and forth, a little bit of even pressure just to get that roll. They don't have to be perfect. It's a great thing about this dish is it can be as rustic and as easy as you want. I've done this gluten-free and vegan at home. It works out pretty nicely as well. What I'm going to do is, we've got a sheet tray here with some flour on it already. We're just going to put those gnocchi on there. Give them an extra little bit of flour so that they don't stick together like these guys. They don't want a little family. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go over to that boiling pot of salted water, get these guys and gals in, and then we're going to finish the sauce, we're going to finish the dish, and then we're going to taste it, and we're going to have another window into a memory of mine, a food memory, which are very, very powerful. By the way, share your memories with us. We want to hear your food memories, maybe some things that we can get on our menus here at Smith. I think it's a wonderful way to sort of express ourselves. Let's head on. Welcome back. What we're going to do now is cook these gnocchi. What I did to these gnocchi is actually took a little fork and made some imprints in it. That's going to hold on to the sauce better. It makes it look cool. You don't have to do that. Especially if you're doing large batches, like here's one, you just gently press into it and roll, or you could just really do it however you want. This is a rustic, beautiful dish, particularly for the fall and winter, and you can do this a million different ways, but I just want to talk about what we got going on here. In this pan, I have some crushed up tomatoes, that you'll see here, a little bit of garlic and onion, that's it. Added those tomatoes to it, which are pretty dry. What I did is add a tiny bit, I'm going to turn the heat on, of extra juice. I'm just going to let that sort of do its thing. So what you see is that we have this kind of rustic, chunky, tomato-y sauce. Just going to let that cook for a moment. We got our gnocchis here. We got our salted boiling water. Right? So what we're going to do is add those. They're going to cook pretty quickly. Watch, because they do splash. So they're in there. As soon as they start floating to the top, you know that they're going to be done. Also, what I have here, if we come back to this, we've got some fresh parsley, which we're going to finish that sauce with. Some butter that we're going to finish that sauce with. I like it a little spicy, tiny bit of crushed red pepper. And then what we have here is some pre-made tomato jam that we've made. It's a sweet and savory thing, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit to that just to give it some sweetness and some body. And what that's going to do is just bring this sauce together. So you could put tomato paste in here, but instead what I'm using is this tomato jam because it's got so much more flavor. And see, our gnocchi are still sitting at the bottom, but they're moving around. This sauce is getting there. What I'm going to do now is add a pinch, healthy pinch of crushed red pepper, maybe a pinch and a half. I'm going to add 2 pieces of butter. Just make sure that that melts in. So you can see that these gnocchis are starting to float right to the top. And as soon as my butter is melted, you see what I'm doing? I keep stirring so that that butter incorporates into the sauce. I'm going to shut the heat off. So those gnocchis are just about done. I'm going to take this parsley and dump it all in there because that's going to add like a fresh herby flavor. It's going to give it some color. It's going to look great. Then those gnocchi are done. Look, they're floating. Gnocchis are floating. So this water is, and you can see what's going on there. These are nice. They're fluffy. They're beautiful. I'm going to add them right to the sauce. We probably have too much sauce for the amount of gnocchi here, but that's okay. I'm going to scoop them out. This water is nice and salty. And so what I'm going to do is, if this sauce is too tight, I'm going to just gently toss them. Take a look at that. Yeah, it looks really good. As a final, so we've got a nice plate here. We're going to plate it up. Let me grab a spoon. Very rustic, very delicious. Wish you could smell this. It smells so good. What I would do to this as well is with a healthy serving of Parmesan cheese. Although, if you follow me, Patty's gonna follow me around. Just gonna grab some cheese. This is this isn't Parmesan cheese, it's more of a Gruyere, but we find that it's like a super nice way to finish this dish. So I'm just gonna, look at that. See how it's melting right onto it already? I know you're thinking, when's it gonna stop? The more cheese, the better. Now look at that. That's a wonderful dish. This is a window into my food memory of a dish that I had similarly in Sicily many years ago. And for this to share with you all is meaningful for me, and I hope that you all feel comfortable sharing your food memories with us, because I think it's a beautiful, profound thing. We're gonna eat this. Well, I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna tell you how it is. It's sweet, it's savory. The cheese definitely brings it all together. They're wonderfully light. They're pillowy, just like they're supposed to be. It's just super delicious. I look forward to seeing you all. I look forward to seeing you on campus. Say hi, give me a wave if you see me. I'm gonna go ahead and finish eating this. Have a great day. See you all later.